Hello friends, welcome to my channel NUAA-TECH videos, and in this video I will demonstrate how we can enable the BitLocker through group policy and without TPM chip. So I already prepared a video what is the basic requirement to configure the BitLocker, and as we all know, this feature of Microsoft Windows help enabling the encryption for the data. So if you have your sensitive data that is in your computer and you want to secure your data, so BitLocker can help encrypt the data and it will generate the key also. So let's go ahead and check it out how we can configure. So I have one server, you can see here, this is my domain controller 2019, and I have one demo machine. So this is Windows 10. Also in my previous video I told in Windows 10 this feature is available only on Windows Pro 10 Pro and Windows 10 Enterprise. So if you are running with the Home and Education Edition, so this feature is not available. So this is demo machine. So let me show you the BitLocker status on the computer, and this is the, so I have two drives available in this. So if I turn on the BitLocker, it is prompting because I don't have privilege, but through group policy we are going to configure this, and in post that we will enable. And the best part is actually we are planning to save all the keys from all the computers to the Active Directory, and there are multiple options available to store the key. So you can integrate your third party like McAfee antivirus to store all the keys, and you can manage on the you can keep the keys to any centralized place. Also the Azure, if you have subscription, you can use the thumb drive, pen drive. So there are multiple options available, so we will discuss on that later. So let's go on to the server. So this is my server, and let me show you. So this is the OU which I created for the demo purpose, and this is the test machine, the same machine which I have, this one. And on this we will configure a policy. So let's go ahead and do it. So this is the OU, and on this we will configure the group policy. I'm just enabling it to have the policy. So we will create a GPU and link it there. So I will give a name of the group policy, demo BitLocker. Okay, you can specify the name as per your environment or the infra or the standard. Okay, this one I already have, BitLocker 1. Okay, so policy is created, and let's edit it. Right click and add it. Let me expand this, and here in the computer configuration we have to expand policies and then administrative templates, and after that Windows components. So in Windows components we can see the folder with the settings, that is BitLocker drive encryption. So here we have to enable a couple of settings. So the first setting, which is this one, as you can see, let me open it. So this setting is required to store the keys on Active Directory. So let's go ahead and enable it. So I have just enabled, and here you can see require BitLocker backup to ADDS, and we have some other options also available, but we will leave it as is and we will not modify any setting. So let's go ahead and apply this, and okay. And the next setting, which is in operating system drive. So the first setting, which is require additional authentication at startup. So let's open it. Open. So on the startup, when the computer boots up, at that time you will be prompted for enter the password. This setting is required for that. Also, and this policy enables the BitLocker without TPM chip. So TPM chip is the combination of hardware and software, where the encryption related information is saved, and that is highly secured. But this is not mandatory to have this TPM chip available in all the OEM hardware. So let's enable this, and after that you can see this checkbox is already checked and ticked. Allow BitLocker without a compatible TPM. Okay, and some other information is also there. So we are not going to modify anything over here. Let's just leave it after enabling and apply and okay. And the next setting, which is choose how BitLocker protected operating system drives can be recovered. So this is one more setting which we have to enable. Okay, so let's enable it. Allow data recovery. So here we have information related to the recovery password digits. So I'm leaving it as is. Also some more options also available. So let's apply and okay. So these are three settings which has to be applied. So this is all set. Let me close it, and we'll update the group policy from server side. So GP updates, let's force. Okay, so this is updating, and let's move on to the computer side. Here we'll update the group policy so that it is enforced. Let me GP update / force. So this is updating the new policy. So whatever settings are newly configured, those will be enforced. So the computer policies are applied, and this is also applied. So to take it in effect, let's take a reboot. So I'm just restarting it so that the policy is enforced, because that is computer based policy. So the computer is restarting. So since the computer is starting, let me show you one more thing on the server side. So there is one feature that has to be enabled. I think I already enabled that, but let me show you which is that feature. So I would remove. Okay, click on next, next. And again next. This is roles, but here we have the features. Let me maximize this, and under this remote server administration tools, the feature administration tools, and here you can see some of the objects which are related to Bitlocker, and this is something the feature that has to be enabled in order to store all the keys in Active Directory. Bitlocker recovery password viewer installed, so this is already installed. If you haven't installed, you have to install it. I'm cancelling this. Okay, let's go up to the computer again. Still starting means something is going on. Let me type the password. So the computer is started, so let's open and do the configuration for Bitlocker. Control panel, and this is the manual process, we have to do it. Click on Bitlocker, then turn on Bitlocker. I don't have privilege, so I have to enter the password. Okay, so that is the operating system drive, starting Bitlocker. And here I have two options: insert a USB flash drive and enter a password. So I am going to use the password instead of using flash drive. So this password is required while the machine will boot up. On the startup, you have to enter this password. So let me type the password quickly. Okay, and click on next. And how do you want to back up your recovery key? So save to a file. So since we have decided to store all the keys in Active Directory itself, so we will use the second option, but we have two other options also available: print the recovery key and save to a USB flash drive. So we will go with the save to a flash drive. So if required, then we can save it, but we don't want to store the key to any of the files, so I'll cancel it. And we are not going to select any option because we will store all the keys to the Active Directory. So let's click on next, and again we have option: choose how much of your drive to encrypt. So this is encryption for the drives. Encrypt used disk. The first option is encrypt used disk space only. So this is faster and best for the new PCs and drives. So whatever data will be on the drives, that data only will be encrypted, and the remaining part which is not used, that will be left over without encryption. But whenever you store the new data to the drive, again that will be encrypted. So this is bit faster compared to the second option. Second option is encrypt entire drive. So I'll go with the first option because this is faster. So leave it like this and click on next. Run Bitlocker system check. So in the back end it will check the drive, how much is encrypted and what is the status. So let's continue. So after that it will restart. So let's click on next. Restarting. So restart now or restart later. This is up to you whether we want to restart now or later. After that the encryption will start. So let me restart right now. Since the computer is restarting, I'll pause the video. So it is starting and it should prompt for the password. So let's check it. Okay, so this is what was expected. So the password which we set while we were doing the encryption, we have to enter. So let me enter the password. Make sure you are giving a strong password. Okay, so this is starting. Okay, let me enter the password. So the drive encryption is already started, and we have some other options also available here. Turn off Bitlocker, remove password, change password. But if you are trying to remove the password, that is not possible if you are not having or configuring any other options. We can back up the recovery key, and you can see Bitlocker encryption is going on. But what is the percentage and how much it is completed? So to check the status, we can execute the command in the with administrative privilege in the command prompt. The command is manage BDE and F1 status, and this will give us the percentage. So C drive, the encryption is in progress, and the percentage encrypted, that is 78%. The volume size, that is this much, 24.35 GB, and this is fully decrypted, not yet started. So after some time it will be encrypted, and on the drive option, the system is getting lagging. Okay, so the icon turned into this one. You can see the lock, and here we don't have any encryption enabled. So this is looking at common option. So after some time it will be finished, and that's it in this video. Hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching. You will see the lock kind of what you see here, and here there is no lock, so E-drive is not yet enabled. And let me show you now where we can find the key. So I have to open, just refresh it, and the key where it is getting restored in Active Directory. So I have to right click on that and properties, and here when we install this feature, so if you see this feature previously without installation of that feature, that was not there, but after installation of that, this is available. And here is the key which is look like. So you can see here the detail is there, key detail is there, and this is the password. So that's it, how you can manage the Bitlocker enabling on the computers, but still I would recommend you to test it in your infra before rolling it out for the mass production. And if you are liking this video, then you can subscribe to my channel for the upcoming videos, and hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.